Hello people who want me to teach Hungarian because it's fun. Okay, so, well, I can say let's begin. Now, this is going to be a new format. It makes it easier for me to say stuff about stuff. Today we are going to, we're going to talk about some pronunciation after we talked about last time the past tense. The past tense is very special because it's in the past, and the other thing, the pronunciation is, well, you can't really learn it from your own or on your own, sorry. So, well, yeah, you should find a Hungarian friend to teach you that, because if people try to learn English, it's okay because, you know, you can practice the pronunciation when you go to even an online lesson. Normally the transition from Hungarian to English is quite easy, but from English to Hungarian it's hard as hell. I know, because some of my students think that's a living hell. Okay then, so let's get back to the studio or something like that. So we are here in the studio where you can't see me while I'm explaining stuff, but in the same time lights can't burn my retinas out. It's not that they usually do that, but just okay. So this lesson, it's the 17th in a row, which is awesome. I've been watched for quite a few times. To be honest, all my videos, according to YouTube, today are watched more than 8,000 times, which is smashingly good for me. Especially because when I started this, I thought that no one is really interested in learning Hungarian. Okay, but let's get over ourselves. Now, today's lesson is dedicated to this guy who I won't even try to pronounce because that would be a disgrace, and I want to be as polite as possible. So, okay, so anyone who could provide a pronunciation for that name, which seems really nice. Hélio may be the first, but the second, I won't try it. Okay, so last time we talked about past tense, and past tense is fairly easy. Now, what we are going to talk about today is sayings. Sayings are sentences which are used to explain common situations. For example, he cannot say boo to a goose, if I got that correctly. Basically, in Hungarian we also have sayings like the quite famous borbe és ki. Now, to be honest, this is not a whole sentence, which is very important to know, because we don't really expect to find any verbs in the Hungarian language, but this one seems to be lacking a lot of stuff. For example, this means wine. No, it's not. It doesn't mean whining. It literally means wine. Now, the other one is in, and then in a row, is means, well, it's a kind of brains, you know what I mean, but it's not literally your brain. It's like your reasoning system, so your mind. Well, let's say mind. And then out, which is ki. So if I try to pair these ones, bor is wine, be is in. Please, I know it's confusing, but don't try to say it be, because no one will understand that. ész is the kind of mind, ki means out. Now, other than that, this is an insanely wrong English sentence. If I try to make any sense out of it, it means that you know, the wine goes in and the mind, well, that goes out. That's the closest thing I can do with this. So basically it means that if you drink a lot, then you will lose your reasoning, you will lose your mind, quite literally. So this is a saying. Now we have tons of sayings in Hungarian, and we can expect, not accept. Well, there's expect, accept, exam, that's the one. So we can exam some of them. Now, of course, we need some additional knowledge for that. Now today I collected some, and we only need the imperative mode, basically, you know, in English, get out. So in Hungarian it's not that easy. I tell you why. Because we are not an easy people. So in English you have a basic sentence, you go out. Or I can change that to get out. So, if you lose the you and try to make a sentence out of this, then it means get out. You don't have to explain it to you, obviously. But in Hungarian, we have a special ending or attachment for it. So I don't try to explain it in details because it's quite hard and we don't need that yet, but all I can say is that we do a little bit of doubling. So let's say a word is Menj. Now it's in it's like he or she, you know, goes. If I want to say just go, then I have to say this. It's fairly easy because, for example, there is this other word which means thinking, to think, Gondolj, and you can put a ye in the end. So basically, we can say that if we see ye, the J letter in Hungarian, we quite fairly assume that it is going to be in imperative mode. Now, let's examine some stuff. First of all, I will pronounce this for you. Aki átmond, mondjon B-t is. Now I believe you recognize this is A and this is B, which literally the second letter in the alphabet, pronounced B. So let's talk about Aki. Aki is like the word ki. It means that who. Now in English, who is who? Whether you use it in a question or you use it as a connecting sort of thing, you know, an interconnection of sentences or something like that. Now in Hungarian we have to alter the ki, and we put an a in front of everything. So basically mi, ami, ki, aki, etc. These are the two we need this time. Okay then. So aki means who, which is cool. Now in English we have an obligation to say the verb after this. So this is the verb, and it translates to say, but of course we need an S attachment. So who says A, and this is the first one of the sentence. the first part. And then now this is a word with a ye, so it's gonna be in imperative mode. But in English it's a little bit complicated as I try to translate it, because it translates to must say, because in Hungarian we can use imperative to almost any with any pronouns, personal pronouns, but in English we can't. So in English we can say this who says A must say B as well. Now as well is just the ish. It also means ish means also or to in the end of a sentence. So why didn't I use that? I don't know. But now I use it. So who says A must say B. So this is a fairly good translation. This is another one provided by someone else. These are the two you can choose. I wouldn't say he, by the way, in this case, because in Hungarian we are not sure if we are saying he, she or it, because all is the same. Second one. Ha adnak, vedd el, ha ütnek, szaladj el. So we are going to be quite fast with this, because now we are at least at 10 minutes or over 10 minutes, and we have a lot of sentences, as you can tell. So where we go. This is if. This is they give, because this has the attachment of the they personal pronoun. Now this is an imperative mode, for especially for you. It's the D is doubled, so this is an alternative way to say an imperative sentence. And now you know why I didn't try to explain it in details, because there is always a catch here. So this means take it. We don't use it in sentences because we have no such thing, so we don't use that as an object. And then if they hit, probably you, but we don't use that as well, so we don't say téged, which means the you. It's not the personal pronoun, it's the other one. And then another imperative. Szaladj means run, so run away. El, this is a very, very strange kind of thing, a word. I wouldn't explain it right now, maybe a little bit later. So you have the translation. Please, if you don't understand something, just ask, but let's go on. Better, it literally means better. Now we don't say it is better, we should say, but we are Hungarians, we don't care, so better. Adni is like giving or to give. Now we don't have gerund and infinitive. We had another thing what we can do with a verb. We can attach a ni ending, and then we can choose the gerund or infinitive. It doesn't matter. There is no difference between them in Hungarian. So it is better to give than, it literally translates than, to get. And I know there's a lot of grammar in it, but let's move on. Twice. Now it's either he, she, it, so someone gives something, it means to give. There is another aki, which means, if you remember it, who, fast or quickly. In this translation we better use quickly. And then also an od, which translates to give. So if someone gives twice, it means that he really gave you something very, very quick. And this is a saying for that. So, for example, if you are in a big need of something, then he or she or they who gave you stuff, it seems like they give it to you twice. Okay, then. Now this is very, very interesting, because adjonisten was a saying hello a long time ago. People go to each other, go up to each other, and they lifted their hats and say adjonisten, and they never said fogadjisten. It's just a game with words. It's just we are toying with them. So adjonisten is like hello, or well, it's a more formal version of that, but let's say hello. Amilyen, so how or like the saying hello. It is very similar to the welcoming. Of course, like greeting on arrival, like answer, that is a fairly good translation, I have to give you that. It doesn't give you all the details in that, but that's okay. So basically, if we are strict, we have to say, if the way you say hello, this is the first part, alters the way others will say hello to you. So if you go up to someone and say fuck you, don't really be surprised if they hit you in the face or punch you. That's a better word. Okay, so hátrább az agarakkal. Well, agár here in the without the many endings or attachments in the end at the end. Well, it's a kind of dog, greyhounds, I guess. But even the English translation doesn't really get through. I don't know how you think, English people, so I don't know. And Jesus Christ, it's more than 15 minutes, so you must be really want to learn Hungarian if you watch me for that long. So it means that just back off. Hátrább, it means that backwards, you go back and back, and this thing, this attachment, it's the equivalent of with, so, and this is the plural, so it's almost completed. The translation and the understanding is almost complete now. We know everything. And it basically means that just calm down, and don't, just go backwards and think through again, because you don't have to attack so aggressively. All right then, these things can be found at this address, and I will put this address into the something doobly-doo, I guess. And well, that's it. So we're back from the studio. Thank you very much for watching. I know that this was a very long lesson, and maybe it wasn't very exciting because you didn't see my face. I don't know if my face is that exciting, but that's okay. So if you really want to learn Hungarian, then, well, I think you watched it and you can see me now as a reward. Oh yeah. But if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to write me an email, which many of you have did, and I'm really grateful for that. And if you have any requests, now I think, well, maybe I'm back in business, because business is quite slow these days. Maybe because the worst recession in history in Hungary, and we're going to, I accept any donations. I know it's a joke, but I accept it. So you millionaires out there, if you want to invest not so wisely, then you can invest in me. So that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy learning Hungarian. Bye.